All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4764 and 2024 CR 4765, State versus Luis Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones.
Blood Rittenhour for the defense.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. In each cause number, you entered a plea. And cause number 2024 CR 4764 to the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, you entered a plea of no contest. And cause number 2024 CR 4765, you entered a plea of no contest. PSI was ordered. Have both parties reviewed the PSI?
Yes,
We have, and I've reviewed with Mr. Martinez.
Any objections to the PSI from either side?
not from the state, Your Honor.
No objections, Your
All
Honor.
right. And cause number 2024 CR 4764, according to your agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, no applications. The cases are to run concurrent, and you're to comply with chapter 62. And cause number 2024 CR 4765, according to your plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Run concurrent with the other case, and you're to register. All right, are there any witnesses from either side?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Not from the defense, Judge.
All right, the court will hear argument. State.
Yes, Your Honor. The court, which is the state, would like the court to consider the fact that the defendant took advantage of the most vulnerable of victims in our society, not only due to their age, but also to their broken home and their living situation. They put their trust in their defendant when they lived with them, and the state would like the court to consider that this defendant took that trust and violated their bodies for years, which will follow them for the rest of their life. And the defendant's apologies, while welcome, do nothing to alleviate the egregiousness of these offenses. And it's the state's position that the only thing that the victims would want is to see the defendant in prison for the cap of the 15 years, and that is what the state is asking.
Yes.
Your Honor, you've read the PSI.
Mhm.
He expresses here.
This is where the courtroom shifts from facts to consequences. The prosecution isn't just asking for prison time, they're emphasizing the lasting harm caused to vulnerable children. In sentencing hearings, victim impact often carries enormous weight, and that's exactly what we're witnessing here.
He has asked me to express his apologies to the victims. He knows he has no words to properly express how sorry he is in this case. He did wrong. He understands that. He understands he's going to get punished. He accepts that as well. But his background, as the courts noted, he did not have a great life. He has a high school graduation degree, but he can't read or write. That obviously was never fixed. The court will recall that he suffered significant abuse, physical, mental, and sexual, from his stepfather from age 10.
Mhm.
Was forced to watch his sister get raped. Never got any help for that. He suffers serious mental issues, panic disorder, anxiety disorder, paranoia, bipolar, sex abuse, substance abuse since 13, when his father would beat him if he didn't drink.
Mhm.
That's not an excuse, but that is somewhat of an explanation for where he is. He has obviously been in jail for a while, thought about this. He does want to learn to read and write, if he wishes. Therapeutic community, I think, would be appropriate here in this case. Training, so that he can do something productive. He's lived an isolated life. He needs to learn to socialize better. There are some things that he thinks he can do in TDC. Although that is punishment, he understands that. All we're asking, Judge, is a fair and just punishment within the range.
All right. So it always amazes me that people.
Listen closely. The judge acknowledges the defendant's traumatic past, but she's drawing a critical legal and moral line. A difficult childhood may explain someone's history, but it doesn't erase responsibility for choices that create new victims. That distinction is about to shape the final sentence.
Just trust their children with anyone and let them sleep in beds with grown men when they're children. And I guess people don't bathe their children, their own children anymore, or have conversations with their children to find out what's going on in their household. So I want you to know, Mr. Martinez, I understand what your counsel is saying. I've internalized what he's saying. And I understand that some people have worse childhoods than others. Some people have gone through a lot. But at the same time, at some point in time, your choices become your own choices. And even though you've had this rough childhood and you've witnessed things and you've gone through your trauma, you shouldn't be visiting that trauma upon others, especially children. All right, this is what the court is going to do. And cause number 2024 CR 4765. As previously stated, the court has found you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 4764. There's to be no contact with the complainants or the complainant's family. And there's to be Chapter 62 registration. And cause number 2024 CR 4764. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 15 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 4765. There's to be Chapter 62 compliance. And there's to be no contact with the complainant or the complainant's family. And each of the cause numbers, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? And I'm sorry, counsel, in each case to deal with his trauma, I recommend the therapeutic community.
Thank you.
They may not accept him due to the nature of the charge, but he's going to request it as well. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because these are plea bargain agreements, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, and I want to tell you, one of the reasons why I followed your plea bargain agreement was because of your past trauma. But your past trauma does not excuse you. You understand? All right, good luck to you.